I'm going to finally finish this goddamn game. Right, I needed a key or something, I think, to get out the other door. Nothing in here. Where the hell else can I go? This is a dead end. Doesn't let me walk up this, does it? Oh, okay. 50 years old. The heck? Oh, and the long grass is not my friend in this game. Oh, I can level up too. Cool. Hand-eye coordination, cool. And empathy. You're styling and profiling, my dude. Did I get new pants at some point? Because that would be cool. I hate these fucking brown pants. I didn't think so.
The skiff is swaying.
This is a one-time deal, so I just gotta figure it out. Yeah, it's gotta be inside, but I don't know how I missed that last night. Sorry. I can't do anything here. Or can I? How do I get down there? Does it connect? Get out of my way. What? Oh my god. Oh, I did not
Green
realize
paint
that.
flicks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel, a frequency band, and even a keyboard. The keys rattle like teeth. This keyboard hasn't been functional in decades.
Okay.
The console of an antique computation device. The generator upstairs, with wires coming out, they terminate here. Possibly. Urgence, ouvert, allumé, radiodiffusé. It sounds like this device was used to control the electronics here. Maybe it still does. We need to restore power before using this, officer. We should look around outside. There are barrels all over. Maybe one of them still has something in it.
The console looks on as you talk. Mute.
Jammed shut. Oh my god, there's so much more. I still haven't leveled up. Oops. Oh, is that just to another? Oh, I see. I didn't level up. No, rhetoric is fully upped. I am not a bright man. Could have done with that in the thing. Whoa. Oh, so that's something I have to do. Okay. The fuel is outside. I saw it because it's flat out oil spill. Okay. Yeah. Oh. I don't guess I don't need my flashlight. Wow. Oh, I wish there was a quick way to put that away. Oh. Can I knock it off this? Surely. Okay. We're just gonna skirt the coast and move inland. Ooh! Is that possible? I love that all of this is painted, or is made to look like it was painted, which seems harder than just painting it, but it's blowing my goddamn mind. Okay. I don't know why I wasn't satisfied about that one corner. Ugh. I wish I could turn my camera sometimes. There we go.
A strange feeling looking at the water. Maybe you should just wander off into the sea. Leave it all and walk in.
Jesus. Isn't it so cool? This is something I noticed, how the Inland Empire, whenever, or how any of these, whenever they like disrupt your walking about, the little icon pulses like a heart.
With a bottle in your hand.
I think it's so cool.
Yes, cold and still. But love is warm, like the inside of her mouth. Yes, 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 yes. No, we're not starting with that. Not now. Not this time. This thought is over.
That was cool. All right.
There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab, only half covered by the crumbling roof. At the head of it, double embrasures, firing slits, like two eyes in the wall.
This looks like a good place to aim from.
A single-person mattress, modern, civilian use. Brand name, Marjorie. There's a fuel stain on the cover, along with cigarette burns. And an empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled to the brim with cigarette butts. The silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The brand, Dio Mortieri.
Could be a coincidence, or the same person has visited Land's End and here. I didn't see any signs of smoking inside though. If people live there, they keep it tidy. This here may also be a smoking spot.
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window. Quite old and grimy from years without cleaning by anything other than the rain.
Oh.
The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. Trepidation, a tingling feeling in your stomach. A small piece of Martinez's coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting. 1 kilometer across the water. The ruins look familiar. A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery fire. Capeside apartments. Rue de Saint-Gislain, 33A and 33B. The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the Whirling in Rags. Rue de Saint-Gislain, 10. The doomed commercial area. The box-shaped silhouette of the Whirling in Rags. You see a small fleck of white on the rooftop. The upstairs window of Clausia's room. In the rain, reflecting light.
What does that mean? Do you have line of sight to the window? I can see it. Through the scope of a rifle. The shooter would be prone, lying on the mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure.
Cheek against the cheek rest, hand on the hair trigger, on a calm day like this.
Good. I think we have it, Detective. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest.
Affirmative.
In our defense, nothing pointed here. Many leads pointed elsewhere. Don't beat yourself up, officer. We did not put guns in their hands or get them drunk.
The lieutenant pauses. Regret comes over him.
We will make up for it. Here. I feel it. Where? I have always assumed it's someone local.
He feels uncomfortable suddenly.
We should move now.
Oh, I would be so sad if it's the lady I like. Ooh! No, really? They're like in the reeds or something? Creepy. Or is it Kuna West all along? It's crazy. I keep getting, like, I can't predict this. Oh, and I didn't find a key. Oh. Oh. I'm just kidding. That's not what we were looking for. We couldn't find a key. We found fuel. Excuse me.
This old cylinder, the lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up to the fuel tank as you tilt. Dark brown, viscous fluid pours out, and the room fills with a chemical smell. There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side. The lieutenant flicks the switch. The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old warhorse before settling down to a rattle.
That should do it.
I know that this game previously didn't have voice acting, and I feel like I would have finished it way earlier if I had, or if it didn't have it, but voice acting makes it, like, makes it.
A dim golden glow animates the console.
It's on. Turn emergency open.
The blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in.
It's so good. I can't believe this was all just made in Unity. Unity is so simple. So cool what they did. Wow, this is a big door. This is a loading dock.
A sudden wave of anxiety makes your skin crawl.
After you. So did I. Not back there, but I felt it since we came here. Don't be. I have a gun.
Should I have my gun?
I don't know.
A thin wisp of smoke rises from a charred black fire pit. The wind picks up, then dies down again.
I know. It was not easy to acquire.
What? Oh, I still have those in my hand. Oops. Okay. Walk slow, it might be dangerous. Woo! The game really is just like, hey, what if you were a little bit freaked out right now? I did it. Nope. Oh, that's pretty. Oh. Who the fuck are you? Is that with a sniper and everything?
Wearing tracksuit trousers leans on the frame stock of his rifle.
No, rifle.
He
Okay.
gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth.
Well, sniper rifle is a phrase.
Then
I don't know
spits
anything about
it
guns.
out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours, unclouded by cataracts. His
Oh,
eyesight is
he's
sharp.
a sniper.
He's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago. This man hates everything.
The what now? I can't hear you. I may have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around, trying to give up the position.
The position sounds like a hiding place.
Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a girl.
They're four.
My eyesight? Yes. Helps me see all the shit.
A shudder of disgust passes his right side. His left side remains motionless.
Oh.
I did. And you opened it. How? I should have burned that console down. Reactionary rock and roll music. Playing on the water.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM. I did.
The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate. Hip gyrating.
Hip gyrating mental illness music. Sounds like exactly my thing.
It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done. It's a 3-Angong 446.
A Samuran rifle. How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Signal commune. Military aid.
It has stayed true to him. He can still make it sing.
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk, white from the ball.
Hmm. It's a sniper, so like at close range that would be difficult to handle, right? So like, and I think I would piss him off if I told him that he needs to keep his gun away.
No.
Oh, shit.
Put it down now, sir.
Or you're gonna blow my brains out before you question me. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway. It's out of bullets.
Like an amputated limb in the sand.
Whoa.
His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stopped and patched in places with tape and wire. The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burned into the wood. Triangong, 4.46mm, made in Xinjiang.
Jacketed, military-grade ammunition. Stable in flight. Good for hitting something that's very, very far away.
As he speaks, he stresses every word. He's liking this.
Worn. Personalized even. Looks like this weapon has seen...
So this was a revolutionary man.
Hasn't it, sir?
Why does he hate... Oh, the Merc from Wild Pines.
No response from the old man. The plastic cape around his shoulders rustles in a small bout of wind. The old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. His right arm twitches suddenly.
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol. I am a deserter, partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
The Commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? Your holdover from the...
From the Insulindian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in '07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to emergency defense duties in '08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the Commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties. 43 years.
What?
No. I've been on other islands too. I was an resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E-48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago. I was just 16 years old, 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. And of courage, too. You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. For a second, I doubted the irreducible laws of historic materialism.
I gotta be honest. A lot of that went over my head.
A second is all it took for reaction to take hold. Petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men. It's the same thing. You haven't seen it.
And this was when?
May the 13th, 08, 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the sky, and it looked like it formed the clouds. Storm clouds. When they started shelling, it was dark magic. The combined might of international capital. All at once, all the greed and terror in the world tore into Revachol. It lifted streets from the ground and turned houses into ghosts. We were in the flak tower, huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon, but I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. So I said I was going to the map room.
A terrible shame.
And then he left.
The lobes of his ears are red with it. The shame and smallness of what he became.
I ran. I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland.
Jesus.
In the bunkers, in the ground. Like the weakest of the weak. A mouse. Frightened of the ordnance all night. And the sound of the rotors in the morning. Whirring. Airships. I climbed out into hell. The landing was complete. The chain was submerged. I had to swim back. The fortress was half submerged too. They'd all drowned in the lower levels, or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned.
Some kind of great terror. Worse
I'm
than
reading
you've
ahead
ever
now.
seen.
The mask of humanity fall from capital. It has to take it off to kill everyone, everything you love. And then you see it, as it strangles and beats your
Jesus.
friends to death. The sweetest, most courageous people in the world. You see the fear and power in its eyes. Then you know that the bourgeois are not human. I had to fight it. I had to never stop. How does anyone survive? I steal. Supplies, vegetables, collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human being.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
How would he know?
Throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stool, too.
He does seem frail. Gaunt for his age. More like 75 than 65. Trouble putting on weight could mean cancer.
The RCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns.
We also have jewelry.
I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of... I don't even know what. Inferno?
I would imagine it gets tremendously difficult mentally to live in isolation.
Traitors. It's better alone. I watch the people of this city turn the lights back on. More and more each year. Ruins. Glimmering in the dark. Like a fucking merry-go-round. It's disgusting.
Are they not heartbroken?
Hmm. I love empathy. Surprise.
It was hard in the tens. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Cold City were turned to dust. But Jamrock, Forberg, even and others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. Soon they... At night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then.
What?
When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd stop.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted. I just... The propaganda bunker. I used to, but not anymore.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment, too. Made broadcasts, I think.
Oh, fuck.
A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore. I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs, rabbits, and dogs. Men without ideals are only animals.
Hmm.
He does not want to see life moving on. People forgetting, drinking, laughing.
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Elmer Graves, right? I know.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some nights. Ammo scrounging on others. Those McGraves were shit, even before they corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however.
You feel the dots connecting. Little dots on the map he's walked across.
I do. They're good. Plenty of tar. I like that boy on the pack, too. Reminds me of the last century.
The old man looks across the water at the city, the ruin.
43 years and 10 months. It's not how a human being should live. But
What have you been doing during all this time?
hiding, fishing, waiting.
Where it's morning, on Rue de Saint-Gislain, people are walking. The gas streetlights have already been switched off. Further inland, in Jamrock, the streets come alive with workers. Men, women, children rushing. Muddy avenue after muddy avenue. The temperature is rising. Alto cumulus clouds form above Precinct 41. 2 police officers step out of the Whirling Rags cafeteria. Satellite officer Jean-Vic Mayer inspects giant letters across the plaza mosaic. In
Oh, that
dark
was the
red
really
government
mean guy, I
marked
think.
heavy fuel oil. Patrol officer Judith Minot points west. The fishing village. She glances at her watch. The officers go, leaving behind the writing, still smelling of petroleum. One day, it says, I will return to your side.
It's really cool that they waited to reveal that.
Always waiting. For her to return.
Her who?
Ooh.
Girl, child, revolution.
Mm.
It won't. The material base for an uprising has eroded. The historic opportunity for a revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore.
What has he done? Perhaps a confession would lighten the load.
Yes, what? To get things going again? Fan the flame?
There is no flame to fan. There is nothing left of the world, of our dreams. You're with the RCM, the coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol.
Do we though?
You're the RCM. You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent... Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all.
A spray of blood from his mouth
Ooh.
on the black charcoal in the fireplace.
It's not an island. What? It's a defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer. I'm trained in historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar by the party.
The old man does not answer. He tilts his silver head and looks at the reeds.
His job was to assure the army answers to civilian control and follows the ideology of the commune.
Scientific communism. A commissaire politique is a knight philosopher of the revolution.
A knight philosopher of the revolution. That's cool.
He was like a cleric, a shepherd. Okay then, overmystified. He nods slowly, then another tremor.
Yeah, that was a gross cough.
There's nothing serious in this world. It's a farce. I've used it for killing people.
Here we go. A trail of blood. The lieutenant smells it too.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? Defending your family and your property. I haven't done that. I've used it to kill people.
Interesting. During or after the war?
There is no after the war. Class war is never over.
Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
What did I just say?
Oh no, you were wrong. Don't listen to your hands, for God's sake. You're too close. Nothing comes to you. And in them,
Oh shit!
chill like electricity.
All is not as it seems.
Detective.
Damn it. Ask it already, he wants to say.
The who now?
A beautiful, strong man.
Oh yes, that one. Ugly piece of work, that boy.
Did you kill him?
I am a son of a welder. and an officer of the Commune of Revachol.
Ew.
I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
Exhaust him with proof. Pile it all on him. Get a confession. The gun. The murder weapon is the perfect opener. The scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something you can't remember. Something about the tracks. Suddenly, all those tracks are so confusing. Go with something else first.
I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead fascies. Did you like the view?
You had direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete, specifically meant for a top follower to use. And you had a long-range rifle in your possession. You've been here a long time, Mr. Dress. Too long. You clearly need medical aid.
I'm ready to die. I've done my part.
He's practically admitting to it. Just one thing. The rifle does not have a scope.
Forget about your stupid fucking scope. I don't know where it is. Find it yourself. It's your problem now.
That sounded like a much younger man finished the line.
Because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck.
Oh, gosh.
Radio Gosh is right. You have worms in your brain.
Almost. He almost burst out there. Keep piling arguments. Anything.
Ugh, that surely won't work out well.
Not a lot of guns around that use military-grade ammunition, are there?
It's a real gun. Not like your little musketeer pistol. I've seen you. You look like imbeciles.
Oh, God.
Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons? Going against automatic rifles.
Damn, he saw you.
Ugh.
He's watched it happen. So he saw you. Okay. So what? Don't let it divert you.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it? Good.
That shivers, though.
This feels good, doesn't it? Tearing things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Murder.
This pushed him, but not enough. Just a little.
You're lost, Dwight. You're lost. Petty bourgeois law.
A drop of blood in the saliva. Tear into him again. Pile it on him.
I hate that this is an option. I don't want this.
Here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. The
No.
dried Maybells on Clausia's roof.
I mean,
There
that's
were
a
Maybells in
revolutionary
the glass
thing.
when we got here. They're revolutionary symbols from the... Wait, don't forget the footprints. The diagonal prints in the dust in the secret space behind Clausia's bedroom. Now, they're gonna come up. You got it. Remember? The boot prints were like no... Maybe don't beat yourself anymore, though. You're not immortal.
Damn Maybells. The whole island is turning white with them.
He seems tender suddenly. Nostalgic even. A strange mood swing.
So many this year, too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the filth away. They blossom on the islets before we fertilize them with our blood. Resurrection. was snow white in May, before they ruined it.
South, the Bay of Martinez is dotted with little freckles of islets, turning green,
I also thought it was
with white
Irish.
flowers in white snow.
The coast, too, before they piled their containers on top of it, filled with broken, useless trash for fat-fingered...
You must get around a lot to stay undetected all these years. Do you know any secret paths? Pinball workshops?
I may. Classier. With the victim.
Don't leave any loose ends. Get him on everything.
Everything is brands with you individualists. Who cares what brand my shoes are? Sansa. Some shit.
Show me the souls, please, Mr. Doras.
Fucking imbecile.
Oh my god.
The maker is called Sensory. You see their V-shaped logo, but can't make out the size. These are not the unusual horizontal patterned souls you saw in the dust on the floor of...
The size fits, but not the soul.
Simpler?
Dang.
No. This is another loose thread you will never connect.
I don't want her to say this out loud.
The lieutenant raises his brow. What are you doing? He's thinking. Not now. Stop yourself.
People change shoes, detective. It was you. You were there, weren't you? Crawling in a whirling rags. What were you doing? Some kind of reconnaissance? Preparing the scene? Listening in on her?
Trying to rack your brains. You're desperate to report something back to your masters. They must have really loved that thing.
The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire. Silent suddenly, some strange process within him. A gush of wind. Seagulls in the distance.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer. Dripping with blood. Beating us to the ground. Moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't seen you on this coast for 40 years. You know, maybe I should have killed one sooner. Got your attention. Now you stop eating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the hundreds. Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less in Revachon.
The lieutenant raises his right arm. Hush. He does not need to be pushed anymore. The ball is rolling.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them. In phase. And I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth. I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death, and that stupid look on his face.
This whole time I was thinking that his...
dick's still in her.
Jesus. Or I assumed that that the Merc was facing the wall, not the window.
Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white. Or what's left of it, anyway. My last spring.
I'm so glad I followed up with that
I
fucking
knew
flower.
the fascists would come to avenge their own. And so they did.
Mr. Dross, are you aware you're confessing to murder?
Yes.
And you were looking at them, the victim and a young woman, having sex, through the scope of your rifle that night, before you shot him?
The old man nods.
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
The motive. This is where the motive is going to come from.
Right. What can I do to help Kim so that I'm not just a fucking idiot?
You can coax it out of it. The lieutenant's preparing the ground.
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't understand this part.
I'm always looking.
Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle? I'm just trying to understand.
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
Helps him see all the shit.
And if you don't like it?
Click.
Then you pull the trigger?
Yes. Think of it as a form of critique.
Start with when he first saw him. It will give him a chance to ramble.
3 weeks ago, when the rich hag came in on her galley. Her honor guard came in tow. Wrinkled up whore.
Jesus.
Black sexual morals are a bourgeois ploy.
I
As to
hate that sound.
pederasty, the party legalized it in '04. My party, not your. So don't you sermonize me, you racist shithole.
What?
It's still bourgeois when the bourgeois does it, fiddling with their sexual organs.
Some strange glandular process takes place in him at the thought, like yeast rising. And anger too, in addition to loneliness.
Yeah, it sounds a lot like loneliness to me.
They moved into a deserted apartment above the roundabout. Radio equipment out for all to see. Reactionary radio playing. Sloppy, drunk. I've seen their kind during the landing. Those Occidental and masked phalanx weren't conscripts. Boys like us. They were whites. Barely alive. They like to kill while they're on their drugs. After the
Oh my
landing,
god.
in the burning year, I could see they've returned now to show their real face. The face they don't dare show their bourgeois voters back on Monday with their families and polyester clothes. Them fucking. I didn't like that. Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself. Drugged out, soothed in the arms of a young woman. I wanted him to die so he could not enjoy life anymore.
Fuck.
And I wanted to see his head explode. That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs. I knew he'd be there for one more second. Writhing. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I wanted his brains to spill out
Oh
on
my
her.
god.
He wants to see her covered in blood. To punish her.
Since she came to Martinez, I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building. It was dark, still winter. She didn't have a skimpy outfit on then, just a spot in the night, moving.
Past the fell building on a ghost.
Hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up in the ruins there. She couldn't see me, but I could see her, smoking. She was nervous, but not scared.
And beautiful.
That, too.
How could you see what she looked like? You said it was dark.
The sun came up. Her hair was like cobwebs. She smoked more fags and snorted a line of whatever shit she was on, right there. She needed it just to move. Her passport and tickets to Villiers. And from there to Cachet Brut. After she was gone.
Did you keep what was in it? When we found the submersible, it was empty.
No. Why would I do that? I didn't need tickets to Villiers. I put them back.
That's where Ruby's
If I
gone.
wanted to extort someone, I'd do better. I did. She had a face like an archipelago, with those birthmarks, and a body hard and lean and bruised all over, black and yellow. I could see she's taken a beating. I could see who she was, too. A spook, on the run. Revachol's the cloaca of capital now.
Oh my god, do you know what a
All the
cloaca is?
bagmen and arms dealers
It's a bird
end up
vagina,
here
basically.
to do drugs and have sex like animals.
You could tell she was a spook? From the documents?
She had different color hair on the photo, and glasses. Forged. Some sordid bourgeois affair. I've heard about this kind of thing on the radio.
The bruises. You can't make that out in a scope.
You can't see bruises through a scope. It's just a blur. She practically breastfed that man. You wouldn't believe the things she let him do to her.
Wiley stands here and rots. The old man raises his gaze. Something glimmers in the corner of his black eye. A bitter taste on his tongue.
There's nothing to hold on to. Only this. It's not enough.
The coals of his eyes glisten suddenly, like stones dripping with water.
Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your eye on something there. It's weakness, I know. Yes, over the years. It's not unproletarian to feel something. No, I don't really know. I was there one night and she was crying, like a child, in the corner of our room on the floor, like she does sometimes, the day after I killed him. Yes, I don't know why I do the things I do anymore. Maybe, I told you, I have holes in my brain now. I wouldn't just sit here waiting for you.
A sudden pang of rage.
If you came 10 years ago, I would have killed you.
In the silence, the loop, one more down. It quickly comes to you.
Mm-hmm. Bending like a bow against the glass. I've been through all of Martinez, every nook and cranny. Yes, that too. The things they did in that little room. What she'd do to feel good. Funny the way light works. You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in.
Ugh.
I learned that in the 20s, when they were still hunting me. I've seen people do some shit, but...
You hear the familiar scribble of the lieutenant's pen. A quick glance at you. One more loose end down. We're doing this, detective.
How did you get in there? The hidden pinball workshop.
I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you, they think I'm an antisocial. Closing hour is a good time. The kitchen's empty.
You had to open the steel door in the kitchen? How?
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know, 15 years ago. He left spare keys all over, and I took one. Then I saw her turn the light on one night in my scope.
One more thing. The flowers, Mr. Gross. The dried flowers that were on the roof.
What about them? I did. I shouldn't have. It was a mistake. I was there one night and she was crying. Like a child.
Wait, we already did this.
Yes. I don't know why. Maybe
a sudden pang. In the silence,
that was weird.
The lieutenant one more down.
Her.
The lieutenant nods at you in acknowledgement. That's it. Motive. We have it.
Where is she? That's classy. I haven't seen her there for days. Locked up with your masters, like I'll be. Maybe we'll meet. She kept staring into the scope, you know. In the end, like she knew. Staring at the island. The fort. Like she knew I was here. It doesn't matter.
Midtown, across the Bay of Rivershell, the oceanic wind washes 40-story towers. Above them, Lucerne Central Aerodrome, a cocoon suspended in the sky by a web of suspension wiring, encircled by hybrid aircraft. On the platform, a young woman is withdrawing from amphetamines, barbiturates, and alcohol. Yet still, she smiles among the crowd, among the great ghosts of the city she's leaving for another, far south, smaller, distant, hidden, not like the great chandelier she sees sparkle in the night below her. Streetlights, towers, tenements, and water, and across it, a dark strip of ruins, barely visible if she didn't squint her eyes. There, on a dilapidated jetty in a nameless village, 2 police officers and 1 special consultant look across a narrow strip of sea. The ruins of a sea fort stick out of the water, built by Philippe II, reappropriated by the commune, then lost in the landing. He's there, doing what exactly, I don't know. Satellite Officer Vicmair points at the ruins. Behind that anti-aircraft something. That's why we can't see him. Special Consultant Heidelstein is optimistic. We'll see the boat when he comes. Let's go get a coffee until then. I know this interesting little place. Where? As the men go, Patrol Officer Minnow looks back. Good luck, Harry, she thinks. You need something good for this.
We could get more. We've got him talking.
You could get more out of him. He likes talking. Enough. Take him in. Bend his arms behind his back and end this.
A tragic comedy. Druggies, prostitutes, rentiers. Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Stripped clean and draped in neon. But Martinez is the worst. Because of the racists. Everyone is a racist in Martinez. It's their favorite thing to do in the whole world. Listening to race pump full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Race this, race that. Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III, a syphilid not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the Martinez proletariat. The rest of Revachol at least pretends to rebuild. These people intense, like animals, like those boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't drown in that tent of theirs. The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips. The old whore's gone now. Her gun-toting porcelain men are dead. So the worst is that old cop parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. It's not enough that the racists and liberals are dancing on our graves. The old, every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon, or Koyamoran, or some other island they built that palace. That's all the rich really want.
Oh my god.
Sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal bloodline of the suzerain, it's all just an excuse for them to have sordid sex. At least that. We did good when we pushed him under that horse car.
Whoa.
If only, in the 30s, those disco whores.
The disco whores are too much. Hatred shuts down his brain's language center, leaving only a nonsensical sputter.
Every fucking morning for 34 years.
Who the hell's Renee?
Throwing that ball. One ball against the other. I've always loathed that game. That
I don't understand this line at all.
A working class game. I don't care what they say on Radio June. Royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. Click, clack across the water each day. And that uniform, like a parrot's plumage. I won't even mention that he's a traitor to his race. A patank maniac race traitor. I remember him from La Noce. Not him personally, his make and model. That one.
There doesn't seem to be a single person under the pine today. Not even Gaston. Alone.
Fat and plump, like a pheasant, just begging to be popped off.
Mm-hmm.
He whispers with such predatory hunger. It bores.
Not yet. I like to look at him strut around, place the crosshead.
Save the treat for later.
He is a juicy bonbon.
The lieutenant asked cheerfully.
A real treat for the black day. The blackest.
Oh.
When I put that gun in my own mouth, I think, no, don't waste it. Put this lead in better. I even hid one bullet, so I'd always have one for him. Haven't seen.
Hearing it may destabilize him. You sure you've gotten everything from him?
Oh my god, that's Renee. The ball. The game. Okay, I understand now.
Huh. Yes, of course. I hope it hurts like hell. I hope he sweats.
He seems relieved. He reminds him of himself. The same hatred. They are veterans of the same war. Somewhere west in Coal City, his enemy is with an agitated gait. Satellite officer Jean Heron Vichmer paces the jetty, 22 kilometers east in Martinez. What could he... Police work? Patrol officer Judith Minot replies, with a tinge of hope in her voice. Tinge of warmth, too, against the cold air.
Another hideous disappointment. Unions are... That deformed toad? I wouldn't expect him to wipe his own ass. I mean, that mobster toad couldn't run a shithouse. He has no political education. twin, Edgar Clare. That's been to one.
He's been sweet-talked by this Edgar. They must have met in person for such animosity to have developed.
You can't live alone.
The Clares wouldn't miss a man hidden in their own backyard. Not all this time.
Of course. Maybe the Clears don't go straight for the kill. Exhaust everything else first. Soften it.
I haven't approached anyone.
How did he know?
He didn't just stumble in like an oaf. He figured it out, stepped right off the boat and walked down where you came. I even kept the door open for him. I was right about one of those things. 20 years ago.
What?
Neither of them could walk now, could they? They were less fat then. Edgar did the talking. Paid his respects like I were a fossil in a uniform. Offered platitudes about never trust a social democrat who quotes Marzoff. Oh, and charity too. They love their charity. Offered me blankets. Let me be here. The ZOC is an unlawful successor of the Commune of Revachol. You know why I killed that fucker, Dwat. As to Edgar, I'm not doing anything for that swine again.
Again? What have you...
Tried teaching him some Marzovian socioeconomics. They didn't stick. We parted ways.
Oh no, the connection doesn't come to you. Dumbo, do something. You can't zone. Slap yourself in the head again. Jumpstart it.
About this deal you made with Edgar. The death of the Colonel mercenary was only coincidentally beneficial. What about the other people you've...
Other people?
Like the previous 4 women of the Union.
That's it. That's what you weren't connecting yourself.
I didn't fight 40 years to end up an informant for the international regime.
Still dumb. Your eyes are transfixed on his digit. You are the law. He must divulge the information.
Oh, both of these options are terrible.
Look who's up. From the drunken stupor. This one's worse for wear than me. And so emotional.
We will have plenty of time to talk about this later, Mr. Dross. When you're in pre-detention. It can...
Go ahead.
Ease off it. This was not an unmitigated disaster. The lieutenant mitigated it. Just proceed. Calmly.
Glad. It's all gone. What? But you said I would be taken to the...
The wind picks up. The silence on the water is broken all around you. Little shivers of waves appear.
Your wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must face court in 44 days. Do you understand? Do you
But... No, I don't want to. I have to stay here.
He's sweating. Beads are forming on his
I don't understand how he offered that entire confession and thought that he wouldn't be arrested.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat. Not really. We could escort him to the pier, then either one of us can take him inland, while the other stays here. But...
There's something you're not getting here that he's realizing.
who watches over him there while I come back for you?
Something is happening. Stop. Lillian. You could ask her, maybe. There it is again, to your north, as it has been since you came to the coast. The reeds whisper, stalks rubbing against each other. But then, in the middle of it, something completely different.
Oh
it sounds
no.
like a bow, very slowly being drawn against the strings of a violin. A very small violin, made of reeds and rushes.
Are they gonna
Maybe
execute
there
it?
is room for 3 on the boat. We should try first. There is a prisoner transfer protocol that requires to...
What are you talking about? Is this really us?
Your skin crawls.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid I didn't understand. Is it the... Is it the thing? Is it the fucking insect? Get the hell out of here.
A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence. It's still there, an unfolding mechanism of reed-like kiting, of...
What are you talking about? There's nothing there.
Oh my god. What the hell is this
The
game?
stick insect is over 3
Oh,
meters tall.
Jasmine, it
It
isn't!
looks straight at you, with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head.
Oh my god, this is so
You
exciting.
feel your legs shaking under you, and your gun hand rise instinctively.
No.
Tell me what you see, damn it. I can't make out one small thing in the reeds.
I can see it.
Oh, thank god, okay.
4 simple words. Thank God. If you can see, then you're not insane. But that means it's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute
I can't remember what all of this lore was.
long and slender.
Be very, very careful.
Oh my god, does Kim get taken? I swear, hang on. My fear, like 20 minutes ago, was that the game would crash. Okay, so what do we do now?
The creature stands on long stilt-like legs.
I'm
antennae
delighted.
hanging from
Did
its
this
head
happen in your
like
game?
a
Because you said you
woman's
couldn't
hair,
find any of this.
white and curled at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps away from you. The segmented antennae move with apprehension, searching for something that's not there.
Oh, I should have put on my
Reed-like
necklace.
tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the tape breaks. The hiss is different from the strings you heard before. It says something else in a lower pitch. Ch, 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 tss. Be afraid. You smell wrong.
It is.
You glance over your shoulder. The lieutenant
Oh no,
holds
oh no.
a piece. No. The flash will scare the creature off. Warn him now.
We need a photo. No one will believe us.
From the corner of your eye, you see a sudden cascade of motion ripple through the phasmid's limbs. A series of ultras. I am not palatable. Do not eat me. I am afraid.
I won't be one of those fools who didn't take a picture.
He's letting his pride get in the way. You see the phasmid turn to him. Its
Oh, no.
mandible antennae reaching out. Its motions are quick, sudden.
Shh. Okay.
The spindly mechanism turns itself back to you, its antennae taking their measure of the air, slowly. Nothing changes in the cyclical brain motion of the creature's limbs. They are porcelain white on the inside and reed colored on the out. Beige, light brown, and striped. You are unsure if it is scared or not.
We can't just leave it standing there. We have to do something, detective. Could be connected somehow even.
I don't think so, Kim.
You've never seen him get this excited. His voice is almost trembling.
Yeah. That was cool, though.
You barely get to take one step. The invertebrate reacts with uncanny speed.
Where? Where did it go?
You never had a chance. There was something off the moment you approached it. It was scared of you. Of humans.
I don't think it had anything to do with the Osprey. It was just scared. Am I? We saw it. It was real. It appears the insect can walk on water, like a water strider, you know? It's almost as fast. Uncanny.
He shakes his head.
I swear to God, if we've lost the old man, I'm gonna scream.
That you've never seen there before.
No.
However hard you squint, you can't make out anything.
I tried, but it was moving too fast, and I didn't get the ampoule in right. And damn it, I believe my eyes. It was there.
What now?
In some kind of strange...
Our suspect's not looking so good. We should check him over. It looks like it has some kind of nest there. Maybe there's proof in there.
In the reeds, where the phasmid was hiding, you see a little...
Oh. Where? Oh my God, I'm delighted. It's such a weird game. It just keeps throwing in like actual like nonsense magic stuff as well. It's just so cool. Why don't I understand? Maybe I need to interact.
This passport, issued.
Classia's hidden documents from the MT boy. Maybe our man, Mr. Dross, took it from Classia's, or whatever her name was. Hiding place, or... Like a magpie? What a coincidence. Then it would also have collected the other objects. Which would be highly unusual. She said it would be for Anouk Meyer-Smith. Anouk Meyer-Smith. Yes, somehow she managed to lie to us one more time. In a way, she's still lying to us right now. I don't know, but it's not Katarzyna Alasia, or Klasia, or Anouk Meyer-Smith. We didn't even scratch the surface with her, detective. Perhaps
Amazing.
it's better that we didn't arrest her. Who knows what hell she'd be raising in my district by now.
The winds are silent. The streets are empty of her. She is no longer in the city of Revachol. It's Klasia, with short black hair and an old photo, before life came and did what it does.
Cool. Oh, level up.
What is it? What do you want from me? I can't go.
Is he about to die?
The man does not respond. He keeps staring with fear and longing, like an addict of some terrible substance. The plastic cape feels coarse. A light shiver passes the man.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is, this solves our transportation problem, doesn't it, Mr. Dross?
The trembling mouth.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid. Old age and shock. Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the phasmid, the combined stress. But you think it's something more than that, don't you? That could be part of the shock. But you're right, something is off here. Mr. Dross.
No response.
He's having like a stroke?
He did seem distressed when it finally came to arresting him. Like he didn't want to leave this place, and the insect maybe. I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope I remember all of this. This will be one hell of a report. They'll think we're insane.
He stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything in him. No reaction. His breathing is slow, and he appears very old all of a sudden.
Did you take this passport and other papers from a boy on the copy?
The spirits.
What?
He hears us. The spirit?
No reply.
Try something else? We got him back for a moment.
The plastic cape flaps around his face, and the blacks of his eyes are receding. His pupils are returning to normal. The strength is all gone out of him. Just frail old bones in a sack of tracksuit trousers and a windbreaker.
We should think about getting back to the mainland. To get help. He'll be...
Oh my gosh. This game is so brilliant. It's so shocking. At every turn. I don't know where we came from. I don't know where I'm going. Well, it's not here because it's all reeds. How? What? Where am I? Wait. How do we get here? There it is, okay. Okay. Ugh. No. No, no, fuck.
The dry grass crackles under your feet as you stop. Far away, birds' wings touch the still surface of the sea. The flock of quail departs, now more than 100 meters away, 102. On the islet, there is almost no wind, just snow quietly falling on the reeds. Bulrushes swaying on the waterline, long dried leaves chafing against each other. The great ghost of the air is holding its breath. A silent hiss, sea air moving through the needles of a pine tree. The faraway roar of the city, distant like today's dream. Before it, the sound of sand, the low tide filtered through its grains. Snow falls on the water, melting away without even a whisper. A low hum, The air slowly moves through a concrete box, through its ancient slits and cracks, resonating, hollow, a big building. Air flows out of the pillbox window. There is very little there. The air cossets flowers on a meadow. Absolute silence. Reeds motionless. Bulrushes motionless. A flake of snow falls on an extinguished campfire. Hiss. Called a mamadakwa.
Oh, cool.
Yes? I have. Is that why we're stopping?
The lieutenant nods in silence.
Kim is so patient with me.
The skiff is swaying on the way.
Let's. We are done here.
The skiff rocks gently under your weight as you get in. But for the sound of conversation on the water, there is someone inland waiting for you. Two men and a woman stand on the concrete square of a nameless village, looking at a small yellow boat as it draws closer.
Am I gonna get arrested?
See, you reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Where is she?
Look what the tide brought him. Harry, you're bleeding all over the place. You're half dead.
This is the man with sunglasses from the Whirling in Rags. But where are his sunglasses?
Bothered by it. Harry, you look like you need a fucking organ transplant. Oh, fuck it. Let's not get into that.
Hello, Trent Heidelstein. I believe we've met
Yes.
on several occasions.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean Vicomar, and this is your special task force. Or what's left of it.
Oh, JV.
Special Consultant Trent Heidelstein, Patrol Officer Judith Minot.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you after pavement.
Lieutenant Kim Kisoragi, Prison 57. We've just come from the island, where our investigation led us. We might need your help with something later.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police lieutenant and not a naughty boy.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi. Ari, we want to help you. Trent, I believe this is where you come in?
This is the horse-faced woman. I don't know why you named her that, but it was beyond idiotic. You should never address her using those words again.
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
No, Trent, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
What does he have to say for himself? He left you to catch the bullets.
It's okay. I didn't come here to gloat or to fool you. Neither did he, actually. We're just worried.
That's right. Worried. I'm always worried about you. You're a worry fest. She's worried about you. I'm worried about you. Even Special Consultant Backpedal is worried about you. Everyone worries. Instead of working. God damn it, Harry. You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All will burn. Detect or die.
What? I never said that.
It wasn't like that.
Fuck you, Harry. We didn't know there was gonna be a tribunal, did we? You're sorry. You're the sorriest cop who ever lived. Nothing has changed, Harry. I've heard this repentance shit a million times over. The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
And people on the street helped us too.
You're a legend among the drunks, Harry. A legendary local drunk.
I didn't even drink on this entire thing.
Yeah, Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells? Refresh your memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit. There's you, me, Jude.
I'm technically just a...
Oh, fuck you. You're part of this shit show. Do? It's a Major Crimes Unit. We clear the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the war station.
They're your posse, or what remains of it. Hand-picked, hand-lost.
The 41st isn't...
The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trant, this is where you come in. How bad is it?
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia, episodic and semantic. As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and...
You think I'm so poor I lost my memory?
Psychotraumatic amnesia, Trant? I can go for that. Shit kid is a broken man. Always has been. Who isn't? I keep my shit together. Also, I know a person can't wipe their own mind, however traumatic it gets. That doesn't happen.
But Detective Vigmer, he has blanked out before. Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case. The other when we looked into that mural.
The two cases in your ledger. The unsolvable case and the Next World mural. Those cases were hard on you.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes. Practice. And then...
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if
His
this
music is
an
cool.
absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect. Look at the sensory input here. Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world team, to borrow a hardwired to the free market. He just needed for it to end.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the Major Crimes Unit? Is he a cretin now?
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work, if not in his previous leadership role.
Leadership. Now.
Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here. Yeah. Just stand there. It's cool. No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry? Ah, so refreshing. He just admits it. Thank you for your honesty. It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
In a rush to
Click the
demonstrate
heel
your
of your
badge,
boots. That's
your
so
eager
funny.
fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic.
Oh, god
The
damn it,
badge
Harry.
slips out of your hand.
Oh, thank god.
Not today, badge.
And your gun.
Here we go again. Lost gun, lost gun. Trying to terrorize you.
He has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that
I'm
thing away
not!
before you kill someone.
I've been sober for a whole ass week.
So you forgot to drink? I don't buy it. Why do you smell like a corpse then?
Because I'm wearing all dirty, stolen clothes.
He was wounded. It's been a long week, and he's handled an actual corpse.
A bit of a week? You're drunk, and you let a suspect escape, a certain Glacier, because you were too drunk to assess a flight risk.
JV, you are really being a
We've read the
dickhole.
reports, Harry. Lieutenant Kitsuragis. We know.
Oh well, if she was nice. I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect, or the fact that you very likely sold your gun for booze. That's peanuts, compared to the
gosh.
9 people who were gunned down. The streets are literally red with blood, Harry. It was fucking mass murder.
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired unvetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals.
Here comes the cavalry.
He did so at considerable risk to his person. Remember, he was shot. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been. Don't make this harder for yourself.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation.
Oh no.
He thinks of apologizing, but decides again.
You've spent a week with him on this case. What is your take?
Oh, interesting.
On Lieutenant Geoffrey Tordu.
Well, the drinking, the gun losing, also losing the badge. That's all true. Although he has not been drinking on the job this week.
See?
1 week.
Then there's the self-flagellation issue. He likes to apologize profusely, making it sound like he's guilty of at least first-degree murder. It's not a good communication strategy. It's worrying, especially considering his political views.
Oh, damn.
Detective Dubois,
Kitsuragi.
as you may know, a Mazovian socio-economist. He wants to liquidate the ruling class, which, again, for a police officer, is a little odd. Other still, he is also an ultra-liberal hustler who is always on the grind. How he reconciles these 2 points of view, I do not know. But he is vocal about both of them. And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, something I was not present for. But despite all this, he is a great detective. One of the best I have seen, in fact.
Thanks, Kim.
He can talk human beings into telling him anything, and he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped working on the case. He is tireless, madly driven. And he solved it, near perfectly. In 1 week we have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator. Locked on the island right now, awaiting transportation. He apprehended a straggler who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years.
Oh,
Oh,
and he's
he
going
also
for it.
discovered a new species.
A new species?
A colossal stick insect, 3 meters tall. It's on the island, camouflage as the reeds. It unfolded from them. I did not, unfortunately, get a photo, but I believe it may have been the Insulindian phasmid. I know this sounds fantastic, but I'm a 4 times decorated
you are.
lieutenant of the RCM. I do not make up encounters with cryptids to spice up my day. I am very, very sane.
I fucking love Kim.
I
I want a
doubt
portrait
you.
of him in our house.
If you say it was the Insulindian phasmid, then it was the Insulindian phasmid.
Boom shakalaka.
By God, is it somehow connected to the case?
The killer did not seem to be aware of the phasmid's presence. Exhibiting strange, atypical dementia, he fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic.
So it is connected.
We could order a search. I could get people from EPIS on the island, entomologists, doctors. There must be signs of it in the reeds. If we found the Insulindian phasmid,
no.
well, that would be...
I should have gotten their
exceptional.
card.
The PR value alone. Lilianovich. A revolutionary matronym. The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms. Prasovich, Lasovich, etc. The revolutionaries saw this as a chauvinist atavism, so they used matronyms, derived
Oh,
from the
cool.
mother's name instead.
How did he know that was a metronym?
This man's mother was Lily.
Oh,
His Lilian's
Lilianovich.
son, Lilianovich.
Cool. I didn't know that's how that was made.
Custom was overturned after the revolution failed.
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
Thank you, Trant. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. You said you have a motive?
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
'Twas. Thank you, Trent. It's both of these.
Jealousy. I thought this Lilianovich was an old man. To have been hiding for 50 years. Like 70-something.
A strange psychosexual fascination, the result of spending all this time in solitude on the islands of this bay, and trauma too. He himself gave a political reason. In his mind, he had killed an enemy combatant. Also, we have a sniper's nest with full view of the room in which the mercenary died, right on the island, and 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
It's a clean win.
Tis.
Way more than that.
I'm a sorry cop. I guess I'll lean into it.
I've never doubted you can pull yourself together and work. In bouts. Bouts don't last. I can still smell the booze on the wind.
I am not drunk.
God damn it. Doesn't it ever leave? It is there. Like in your bones or something. It will pass in time.
Is that true?
This is a conversation for when we are no longer out in the open, in Martinez, where Evrard and Edgar Clare have ears everywhere.
Understood.
But a case against Everard would be big.
I would prefer not to partake in anything union-related, for political neutrality.
Fair.
Yes, yes. Fallen through a gap in a boardwalk. Drunk.
The body was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes back to us.
Still, good work with the missing person, detective.
She is so good to
It's
me.
still a point for you. No denying it.
Oh, did I? I don't... Oh my god, I hate that prompt and it won't change. Oh no.
I don't know what a doomed commercial area is.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember what I've done. Wait, I have a journal. Where is the Doomed commercial area? I can't remember. Oh. Oh, that's right. It's supposed to be, like, cursed. I see. Okay.
Yeah, honestly, it doesn't sound too important, since it's not connected to the case.
Female?
You had to see it. It had the subdued colors of a female. And the nesting behavior too, I think.
Incredible. Were there eggs in the nest?
Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though.
Behold, a passport.
Actually, you know, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but I think such nests are called bowers. They are for attracting mates. Must be robust if it can move a helmet with its limbs.
Yes, but also reed colored, beige and brown, a little green
Beige.
on the outside. After unfolding from a single stalk, it still retained parts that looked like reed tufts on its limbs.
Incredible. It's a toughie that you don't have a photo. This would look very, very flashy in the pages. None of it says vigilante murderers to me at all. Great PR.
I tried to, but I only got a blur.
Ouch.
We can still work on discovers new species in there. I know a good guy in La Majeste, but only after the course of...
It needs to be white coats and glassware for this fly. We need professionals.
In the mist-colored distance, over. You're doing good here. Perhaps only for a moment, but quit while you're ahead? Or no?
Why would I ever quit while I was ahead?
Who's Kuno?
You don't want to know.
You're right, Lieutenant. I don't. You snorted the drugs, I know you did. It's alright. I mean, at this point, anything is but the drink.
Oh my god.
I don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder. So I have to. Jude?
Anything that ends the trial is okay with me.
You haven't been drinking, she thinks. So, maybe this time.
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go.
Now you will finally get to know who you are. The man looks westward, impatiently, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Who is Lena? Well, good luck finding her once we get back.
She and her husband were conducting the search for the Phasmid. It's their discovery, in part. I'm sure we'll find them. They should know as soon as possible, even if we didn't get a photo.
She is going to be over the moon. Watch out, or she'll faint.
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good to cover all these. Then I will have a serious talk with my captain.
Get me transferred!
Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol. I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate, investigate.
Distant traffic. A scrap of newspaper drifts by, carried by the wind.
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of two captains with my doom-mongering. Work with Price? I'm flattered, but I don't know if I...
Would fit him. And crazy enough. Can take the stress. He doesn't know how to finish the sentence.
Flattered? You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even considered.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to. Mountains, even.
I do like the sound of that.
I recruited him! Yes! My trophy says recruit Detective Kim Kitsuragi, and I fucking did it!
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry. Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore, but...
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
I'm always running.
It explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your inexplicable facial hair. Some of your more old-school wording choices. Your posture, even. The constant stretches.
Also, this guy. Just everything about this guy.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
God, even this javelin throwing freak there.
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are. All that.
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with her spring coat on. The air filled with the smell of smoke and raspberries, and incredible hope. An ocean full of hope.
In your 20s or late 20s, you've really let yourself go since then.
I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that. He's an honest-to-God gym teacher.
That's so funny.
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were drunk.
Oh my god, the way he said fuck was horrible.
You really went with it too. Really maximized the damage.
Yeah. Dora England, I think.
Not Dora Dubois.
No one is married anymore. This is Revachol. God, I don't know. 6 years ago, she was way before my time.
6 years and you haven't gotten over it. What the hell is wrong?
Yeah. Or 7. You're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. That and Dora England really tore you a new one. Incredibly bangable.
Ew.
She was incredibly fuckable.
Ew.
A beautiful bourgeois woman. Wayfish. Like a Welkin, basically.
Heartbreak, Welkin. Pain, Welkin.
I've only seen a picture, but it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was.
Look, the sun is about to go down. It's time to go.
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. Hard to say which came first, the middle-class chick or the drink. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist? A forensic psychiatrist? Go talk to that. Us? We're the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? We're the bad guys. No one likes us.
Ooh.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You are just understaffed, and everyone respects the 41st. You have Captain Price.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
Get back to it. We left Torsen and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good. Mac the Torso Torsen and Chester McLean. They're not fit to run a wing. Believe me.
God. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C.
There's also a lot of outside help involved, not only me.
No, they're losers too.
Although we would like to be seen as one. It's cooler that way.
Ptolemy Price? He's the son of the old...
He's one of the most highly regarded men in the force.
Somewhere under the curved roof of a former silk factory, shaped like a ladybird, with 2 chimneys. Police Captain Ptolemy Price. They speak of change, the city, the tension on the streets.
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a raid on some churches, It wasn't good press.
Jesus.
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's
Ew.
it. I'm not talking about this anymore. Yours.
He means it. The RCM and its enemies will... Your clearance will not go up while you're within earshot of the Union.
Okay. It's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee corner.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershore. Faubourg, technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us.
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
Good.
Fuck it, let's go. Tron brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock.
Under the afternoon sky, the great district hums. A chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 living souls, and chimney stacks. Fire traps as far as the eye can see. From Main Street to Precinct 41, to Boogie Street, forking into the snow-swept horizon. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, a square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber.
What?
In Old South, a man without eyelids smiles. Spring has come. It's time. Dawson? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstein? No. Vicmere? Yes. Dubois? Of
Are we all gonna
course.
get killed?
Really? Nick Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Potomac Price gestures with a ballpoint pen. It's dim in his office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through. When he does, he'll side with the people. Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list. Minnow? Of course.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
What? Oh! Robert Kurvitz. Holy fuck. Oh man. That was so cool. Wow. These people are also incredibly talented and clever and smart. Well, shit. Alright, that's me finished with Disco Elysium. Love you. Hope you watch this, or something. Okay. Bye.